Hello everyone, just wanted to make a quick video to get something off of my chest. After the live on Monday night, I had a chance to talk to Josh Galt on the phone, and we had a pretty decent conversation. Um, but something didn't sit well with him, and he shared it with me. And so that's kind of the reason for me making this video. First of all, let me say Josh is doing great. Things are well with him. He's very optimistic about things in the future. And you just never know. There's a chance maybe sometime down the road we might hear from him again. But just wanted to kind of speak to what he was bothered about, because he no longer really has a voice on YouTube anymore. He took his videos down. And I don't know if you guys recall, but he did mention on a video that he made maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, I believe, maybe longer than that, that he may at one point have to remove his social media presence, scrub his social media, because of a requirement from his employer. And so that is the explanation and the reason why. And the videos aren't gone, they're just put in private. So at any point he feels appropriate, he can go in and put his videos back up for people to watch. So all's well in the Josh Galt front, but he was somewhat bothered about something. And before I get into that, what that something is, I think there's a lot of you guys out there who really were fans of Josh's channel, and I consider Josh a friend. I feel honored to be a friend of Josh's, and I am very, like you guys learned maybe today or Monday on the live, that according to Jenna, I'm one of the most loyal people that she's ever known. And sometimes I'm loyal to a fault. And I feel like when you're within the circle, I have a circle, right? You have that small circle of trust, family and friends. When you're within that circle and someone attacks someone within that circle, I feel a sort of a sense of loyalty to have that person's back. And this particular situation is no different. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about a small YouTube channel, and there's nothing wrong with small YouTube channels. I think most YouTube channels have good intentions, but this particular small YouTube channel, Fast Talking Flipper, there it is. I put his name out there. I'm sure that's what he wanted. That's probably why he made his video, for views. But nonetheless, I kind of feel like what he said and how he, the light he put Josh in with his video, and while he did talk about 3 other YouTubers, if you watch the video, you'll see he spent maybe a combined 1 to 2 minutes on those channels, and the rest of the video was pretty much focused on Josh and how Josh was somewhat of a gimmick in not monetizing his videos, or some kind of a gimmick there. I don't know what he meant by that. Kind of disparaged him for taking his videos down, even though he has said on a couple of occasions why he may have to do that. He took the time to kind of shit on Josh. Let me just put it that way. And, I apologize for the language. I'm just kind of bothered by it. And that's not really what this channel is about. I guess you can say I'm complaining, but I'm just openly speaking my mind. And I want you guys to give this guy what he's looking for. Really want you to go over to his channel and look at the video. I'll put a link to it down below, because I know he wants the views. So let's give him the views. And watch the video. And if you at any point had any respect or like for Josh Galt, maybe speak your mind as to your thoughts of what was said about Josh Galt. Josh was not perfect. He had his faults. We didn't always agree. He had his opinion, I had mine, and many times on the Power Hour we had different ideas, and some agreed with Josh, many agreed with Josh, and some agreed with me. And that was a healthy discussion, a healthy friendship, and it made for a healthy podcast, and I believe a good content. And it was always honest, natural content. We weren't trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. We weren't trying to represent ourselves to be something that we're not. We're just people trying to run an eBay business and make a living doing it. Unfortunately, life reared its ugly head with Josh. He encountered a number of expenses We're talking expenses that would go into the thousands of dollars. It's much more than a situation where you're running into living beyond your means or not being able to live paycheck to paycheck. These are real expenses that popped up, and a solution became available to him by going back to his 9 to 5, not the same company, but a different company within the same sector that offered him the ability to help alleviate some of these expenses. That's why he did it, and that's why, and I think he's doing the right thing. I think anyone that would come out and say, you know what, my son needs braces, my roof is failing, I don't really have a reliable car, and I have a way to get out of that, but you know what, forget those things, I'm just going to do what I want to do. I think more people would be like, what the hell are you doing? I mean, I got to tell you, he's a great dad, great friend, great person in general. I wish everyone here got to know Josh Galt the way I know him off of YouTube. And I'll just say that. So this video is much more as a reminder about Josh Galt, a tribute to the man, to the person that took time out of his day on a daily basis. It wasn't monetized for much of the time he was on YouTube, and he did it out of the kindness of his heart, maybe in hopes that it would actually help somebody out there, but he shared his ups and his downs. He shared his candid thoughts. Not many YouTube channels would do that, to share their candid thoughts. Maybe a lot of channels make themselves look to be better than they are. As a friend, knowing that Josh didn't really have a way of defending himself, here I am kind of telling you guys about it. So hit the link down below after this video is done. Go give the guy the attention he wants, and watch for yourself this video where this guy goes into Josh's solds, and while there are some pretty impressive sales in Josh's solds, why would you ever go through someone's solds and say, well, why would you list this? This couldn't sell for, you know, to many people. Well, it obviously did if you're looking at a sold item. To say that Josh's prices are crazy, but you're looking at the solds, obviously someone thought that they were fair if they thought, you know, enough to buy the item. So it just doesn't make sense to me. And then to come back and say, well, you know, I'm out of listings. I don't want to invest any more in my business to actually give myself the ability to create more listings. And because I haven't listed, I haven't had many sales, so I'm making this video. It tells you that this channel, just like some other channels, are into it only for the views and not for the quality of the video for the viewer. And if it means that they're taking advantage of Josh's unfortunate situation where he had to make a really tough choice in life, makes me wonder, you know, what would you do? And this person wouldn't answer this question, by the way. When I asked this person this question in their video, if you check out the comments, you can see the conversation in that video. But my question was, what happens if life rears its ugly head and something happens to where you now have to make a choice between reselling and doing something different because reselling may not be sustainable, or you have a life event that makes it to where you have to make a tough decision? Of course, he didn't answer that question. He wanted to attack and attack and attack. He wanted to say how Josh was pretty much a failure. Not his words, mine, but this is what I got out of his context, that Josh had 17,000 items and only made $185,000 in sales last year. Probably made about $65,000 to $70,000 margin or take home after, or net, after all the expenses were taken out. But he was able to make that work throughout that time. So that's why when you disparage someone for the amount of money they make, because you don't know their situation, $50,000 might not be enough for you, but it might be just fine for the person that's making that $50,000. And to sort of make it seem like Josh is a failure because he didn't meet his 7-figure goal, and everyone has goals, at least I hope. If you don't, it's better to set lofty goals than no goals at all. Well, you know what? Josh really wanted to attain that goal, and that's not to say he can't. At some point, he may return to full-time. You know, you never know. And he may be able to make the right choices to be able to make that happen. If anyone can, it's Josh. He has the drive, he has the work ethic, and I just know that with the right amount of luck, I think he can make anything work. So to make a video, I just think it's uncalled for. That puts someone like Josh Galt. If you want to make a video like that about me, that's fine. I've done a lot worse than Josh has to deserve that type of a video. And for you to just shit all over him because it was convenient, it was a good thing to talk about, maybe to achieve the views that you're looking for, well, Mr. Fast Talking Flipper, I think it's just not right. And it's not called for in this community. I think we have so many things stacked against us between problems on eBay, problem sourcing for some people, problems with customers, and just problems with eBay not backing sellers, as I think many of us agree that they should. Well, we don't need to be pissing on each other, all right? And certainly for little to no gain. I mean, your little video is going to get you 20 bucks. So even with the new views that you're trying to get by, having reactions like this, maybe you'll get 40 bucks out of it. Is it worth it? Is it worth the way you're going to look by someone watching the video? I also saw someone commenting on the video saying something to that nature, that it didn't give him a good look, and that's exactly right. You watch some of Josh's videos and you think you have the man all figured out, so you think it's your right that you're going to go ahead and make a video to just poo-poo all over the guy, and it's just not right. Maybe I'll lose some subscribers for just having a take on this, but to be honest with you guys, this channel has always been about me coming in front of the camera, trying to tell you guys things about eBay, talking about things that I see going on within the community, within the industry, and I think many of you guys have a vested interest on what happens to Josh Galt, and I think you would be equally interested to see what some people are, in my opinion, erroneously saying about the man. You're kind of kicking him when he's down, and I think that's just not fair. What's your opinion? Comment down below. More importantly, go over and give that man what he wants. If he needs an extra 60 bucks, give it to him. Go over and give him the views. Click the link down below. I wouldn't bother subscribing to the channel. I can tell you that anyone that's going to take that kind of time doesn't deserve a subscription. That's just the way I look at it. I think as a community, it's time that we be positive. We pick each other up, not kick them when they're down. And Josh has not left the community. He's still a reseller, just part-time. So the idea that he's failed, I think you only fail when you quit. Josh hasn't quit nothing. He's only put his YouTube and he on hold, and he's still doing eBay. But figuring out what channels have your best interests in mind, or just simply are out for the views, is yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care, everyone.